All right, everybody, this is Tony with Wonderfully Made, and here we are with another teaching, one of my most important. Why? Because it's so relatable to the age we live in today, in 2019. Technology, radiation, and their effect on genetics, their effect on the DNA of the cell, how to really deal with it. This is going to be part one of a two-parter. In part two, I'm going to go more in depth, so please make sure you listen to that teaching as well. You're going to want to get out a notebook and follow along. So let's look at DNA and genes first of all. The disease is in your genes, maybe you've heard people say. You've gone to your doctor. Chances are that at some point you're going to get it since it's in your genes, right? Or maybe you've heard a doctor say there was nothing you could have done anyways to prevent it. Why? Because it's in the genes. Now, I'm not going to argue that it's in your genetics, but what I am going to present to you is that what they said were either lies to keep you on the prescription drug, perhaps, or to keep you as a client, or just ignorance. They just didn't know, and that's fine, Kate. They just didn't know. If they say, but in a way, it's not fine because whoever your medical professional is needs to get educated on what I'm about to teach. Technology, radiation, and how they affect the genes. I don't know how much really doctors are paying much attention to that. Your Western medical doctor, but it's getting more and more relevant, so they really need to. Okay, let's discuss this. The faulty gene must express itself for your coded disease to occur. Okay, if it doesn't express, then you're not going to get that disease, the cancer, the diabetes, whatever it is. Nucleotide sequences in the DNA, okay, they unravel. You have 6 miles of these things in each cell. That's a lot. Nucleotide sequence unravel and the gene is expressed. The faulty gene has to be triggered. You get it? So you can carry that gene or that code, but it doesn't mean by 50, 55, 60, 65 that you inevitably are going to express it. That's wrong if someone says there was nothing you could have done to prevent it. I think that's just ignorance. Let's keep going. The biophysical and the biochemical, but what about the bio-electric? There's a lot of studies done. There's a lot of knowledge that has been obtained, medically speaking, on the biophysics, the biochemistry of a cell. But what is being ignored is the bio-electric paradigm of the cell. Okay, DNA, it gives orders to cells. Okay, DNA gives orders to the cells. Scientists do amazing work with cell and genetics in the fight against disease, and we applaud them. They should be applauded for that, but they're missing a major component. The the electromagnetic environment that the cell is in. Their study is based on biophysical and biochemical paradigm, but they are ignoring the bioelectrics of the cell. Now, this is super important because the bioelectrics, what I'm talking about is the vibration, the frequency, the wavelength, the electromagnetics, and the intelligent design of the whole cell. Okay, am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that in 2019 and be scientific? Am I allowed to say that there is intelligent design to the whole cell? That we are not just biophysics, we are not just biochemistry, but there is a wholeness to that cell and how it was designed to work on all 3 levels. The biophysical, and the biochemistry of the cell ride on the back of the bioelectrics of the cell. We've done a fantastic job with the physical and the chemistry of it, but they ride on the back of the bioelectrics of the cell. So the health of the cell is highly dependent on its electromagnetic environment. It's just how it is. It is like that. It is. Research it yourself. Okay. Radiation. Dirty EMF. What is EMF? Electromagnetic frequencies. We are in the age of technology. Electronics define us. You know that. We are always behind some type of electronic device, using some type of electronic device. With technology and electronics is going to come radiation and electromagnetic frequency, dirty electricity. Okay? Not good electromagnetic frequency, dirty electromagnetic frequencies. It's just the way it is. With technology and electronics, you're going to get radiation in different amounts. That's going to be part 2. We're kind of skimming the surface here. This is a warm-up here. The cell membrane has no defense against radiation. That is huge. Right there. If you walk away with anything from part 1, understand this. The cell membrane has no defense against radiation. Look at that picture. You could not pay me to live in those houses right there. Look at that. Look at the cell towers. Drive to work and look around. You're going to see them. Now they cover them up to make them look like palm trees, which is fine for the aesthetics and, so it doesn't look like a tower. But it's there. It's there. Holding your iPad, your tablet, your wireless router, constantly emitting the Wi-Fi. We're surrounded by it. You guys, we are living in a dome of electromagnetic frequency. Harmful radiation. Okay? Now, on this channel, I always encourage you, educate yourself. And it's normal for me to recommend some reading. Educate yourself. Read Cross Currents, The Perils of Electropollution, okay, by Dr. Robert Becker. Get it? I'll put it in the link below. Check it out. And just learn, okay? All right. As I mentioned, this is part 1 of a 2-parter. I go much more in depth in this second teaching. But if you like this teaching, be sure to share it. Give me likes, okay? Subscribe. I get into lots of other things on this channel where I teach you educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself, okay? We go over a ton of areas of health, things you're not going to hear elsewhere, all right? So listen to what I'm saying and be sure that you are ready for part 2. All right, like it, subscribe, and you have a great day. This is Tony reminding you that you are wonderfully made and that the body can heal itself.